I decided to record my immediate thoughts because I had this really weird dream about the Seahawks-Jets game tomorrow. And it was one of those dreams where I thought if I don't write it down or make notes of what I remember, I'm going to forget. So I thought, hey, what better way than to record it live on YouTube right after getting up. So just spew out some thoughts. It was weird. First of all, it was at Lumen Field, but it was a weird version of Lumen Field. What's up? Slammed. And I was watching it with Sam Dog, the infamous 253, as you know him on YouTube. Known him for a long time, good buddy of mine. But we were standing watching the game in the northwest corner, but it wasn't like Lumen Field's northwest corner. It was almost like watching a high school field because we were on the outside, like looking through a fence or over a fence, but right behind us was like a kid's park, like you'd see around the neighborhood. So I remember thinking, this is weird. What kind of seats are these? We don't even have seats. We're standing, but we're standing almost like outside the building. Then it wasn't Lumen Field as we know it. So me and Sam are watching this with just like kids playing basketball, like a hoop right behind us. I remember some lady who was standing to our left was also standing outside, got hit in the head with a basketball because kids were playing hoops and her husband was about to chew out this kid. So it was a weird place, number one. Number two, the Seahawks were wearing the weirdest outfits. It reminded me of almost some of those times when you see teams like the Steelers, the Packers wear their throwbacks where they have no color resemblance at all to the current team. Well, the Seahawks were wearing weird uniforms. They had Dallas Cowboys colored pants, exact color, the light blue with the blue and white stripe, the classic Dallas Cowboys pants. And on top, they were wearing like tan tops. And then the Jets had something similar. So nobody was wearing their colors. I didn't know which team was which. I was confused. And at one point, we scored a touchdown, but I thought we were the other team. So I was actually yelling, trying to make noise against us. And when we scored, I thought the Jets scored. And I thought we were behind. And then I was shocked to see that we were actually ahead. So the whole time I was confused, didn't know what was going on. And then a weird thing, maybe I was just subconsciously digesting the fact that Gino's playing his original team that drafted him at the start of his career. But I remember seeing like a TV angle of a close-up of his nameplate, and it didn't say Gino, it didn't say Smith on the back. It said not elite. It said not elite on the back of his jersey, and it made sense at the time. Like this was sort of some statement of trying to make an editorial comment about the Jets, but he was really slamming himself because it said not elite. And I remember reading that, going, "What the heck? What kind of custom plate is that?" And it made me wonder, what does that mean? What am I telling myself? Is this revealing my true feeling about what I think about Geno Smith, which I didn't think that was that way. And so I thought that was odd. Then I remember because we were in that northwest corner, again, but it's a weird, like in a neighborhood type of corner. I remember very distinctly looking at the end zone, which would be right there by the Hawks Nest, and Tariq Woolen, it was almost like the Jets were back at their 1 yard line. He throws a pass to the right near to us, and Tariq Woolen catches it in the end zone. And you think, oh, it's a touchdown. I remember he was like thinking pick six. We were all cheering, and then the ref, right in his face, goes, holding, basically gives the Jets this, free first down. I remember being pissed and knowing that was bad. And I remember being aware that Sauce Gardner played, was the other corner. I have no memory of the Seahawks offense because I was confused about what team we were. But then I remember the Jets when I finally realized, oh, that's the Jets. Okay, I had to root against the Jets. So the Jets were down 7-0. And the Jets were running these goofball plays, the kind of plays you'd remember from elementary school days. like they had this one play where it's like everybody. If you ever watch elementary football, you kind of know what I'm talking about. It's like they snap the ball, the quarterback gives it to the running back, and then all the players sort of came together in like a big huddle wedge and slowly started running down the field like and then the Seahawks defense blew that up. And I was like, well, that was a stupid play. That was weird. But then they made like 3 goofy plays in a row, but then somehow they made some deep pass, got into Seahawks territory, and then they ended up scoring a touchdown. And then that was the only thing I remember about the game. And then somehow fast forward, I was watching the press conference, and I don't remember which player it was. It felt like it was a rookie, like a secondary kind of guy, but a no-name person. I couldn't remember who it was. And then the person was sounding, maybe it was, I want to say, maybe it was Woolen, the guy who thought he had the pick six. But it was the end of the game, and he was all depressed. He was all down about what happened in the game. I thought, this is weird. I haven't even watched the whole game, and all of a sudden I'm at the press conference, and he sounded really, it had that tone of a game that when you lost, right? You know, in a press conference, if you, no matter what, even if you're talking about a good play, it's, if you lost, it's yeah, I just didn't play my best game today, and you know, thought I had that pick six, would have made the difference, kind of thing. And I was thinking, oh no, did we lose that game? So I was all bummed out. Shoot, I'm getting to a point now where the memories of the dream are starting to fade. There's some other details I wanted to get down. There was something else. I'm glad I remembered the Geno Smith thing. Strangely sharp, detailed things. It's so weird. I remember so distinctly the woman next to me getting hit in the head by the basketball, and the husband looking around like, who did that? And he was pissed. It was almost like somebody did it on purpose. I was about to defend the kids. I said, you can't get mad at the kids. There's a basketball hoop like 10 feet behind you. What do you expect's going to happen, you know? Hold on a second. That's what happens when you do a vlog, spur of the moment, and you haven't had a chance to blow your nose yet. If I was out doing my walk, I would have done this with nothing. Okay. What else? What else was weird about that? The weirdest thing was, what made this unique is I don't think I've ever had a dream about being at a Seahawks game, believe it or not. All the years I've been a fan, at least not one like this. It was so clear. And the most frustrating, confusing thing was the fact that I didn't recognize our team because they were wearing the wrong colors. That was so weird. They had I remember telling Sam, I said, why are they wearing Dallas Cowboys pants? Those aren't their pants. And then they were wearing tan. They looked like, it didn't even look good. It was like a bad color combination. You know, like when you watch, you know, back, I guess they're going to stop doing the Pro Bowl actual game now. It's going to be some flag football thing. But I remember that, you know, you did the AFC versus the NFC, and then you'd wear the 2 colors. The blue would be NFC, red was AFC, and then everybody wears their helmets, right? And there's always some helmets that just don't work with that color because you've got this very distinct blue, very distinct red, and you wear like a Packers helmet, right? Green and yellow. There's like absolutely no color combination with that jersey that looks right. So it just looked weird. It was ugly. It was an ugly mess. It was worse than Thursday night football, you know, color rush night. At least the colors matched up. Here it was just like a bad pajama combination. That was so weird. I don't know. I hope this isn't a bad omen. I just remember thinking at the end, I'm confused. I'm rooting for the wrong team. It's a sad press conference. Gino has a not elite name plate on the back of his jersey. It's like, what the hell is going on in this world? And I'm dreaming about Sam Dog. I mean, he's a good buddy of mine and all, but Sam Dog? Why would I be dreaming about Sam Dog? I remember even yelling Sam Dog about the uniforms. I was so mad. I don't get it. Which team are they? Why are they wearing Dallas Cowboys pants? I remember even realizing that no, they're Detroit Lions pants, because Detroit Lions, I think, almost have the exact same pants. They have the same kind of bluish pants with the same, classic blue and white stripes on the side. They're Cowboys pants, or maybe they're Detroit Lions pants. I can't tell whose team it is. That was weird. I guess while I'm talking about it, games tomorrow, and really the playoffs for the Seahawks really do start. We've kind of been in playoff mode really the last couple of games. They haven't pulled it off. So now they're really backs to the wall. They've lost control of their own destiny. So they have to win. I shouldn't say they have to. There's a scenario where they don't have to win tomorrow. They could still get in. But the two teams we're dealing with are the Commanders, because they're half game ahead of us. They're the biggest threat. And then the Packers, because they currently have the same record, but they have a tiebreaker over us. So those are the two teams that it's a 3-team playoff race. And whatever happens, we have to finish one game better than both those teams. It's pretty simple, actually. And we'll know the Commanders' result. I think they play in the morning. So if the Commanders win, we definitely have to win tomorrow. If the Commanders win, there's a scenario tomorrow where we could be knocked out of the playoffs tomorrow, the playoff hunt tomorrow. And that would be a Commanders win and the Seahawks loss. So if the Commanders win, then we're really in a must-win situation. Same thing with the Packers. If the Packers win, we're in a must-win situation. And if that happens, Commanders play the Browns, which ain't good, and the Packers play the Vikings, but it's in Lambeau. So both these games are not in our favor. The Vikings, I guess, being division rivals, have the best shot at least knocking the Commanders down. Or, sorry, the Packers down. The Packers lose, they're out. So they're in a more they're as desperate as us, maybe more. But then, the Commanders, if they win, we have to win. And then we got to hope that on the last game of the year, the Commanders have to lose and we have to win. It's as simple as that. So we just got to, with 2 games to go, which is a 2-game playoff scenario, and we have to finish ahead of those 2 teams. If we're the same or less, then we're out. Comes down to that. And you think of all these games that we had so many chances to win. The overtime game against the Raiders, Tampa Bay, Saints. Really the 2 games I think that felt like we really got blasted in and weren't this near that close would be the 49ers, both times really. But then the Panthers game felt like, it was 17-0 at the first half, right? So, what else? There's another game in there that we should have won. Oh, Falcons game, should have won that game. But getting swept by the NFC South. And they're like the worst conference in the league. They have a good chance of having one of those division champions without a winning record. It's possible. It's possible Brady could win out here and finish just about 500, but there's a good chance that they don't, and they can still make the playoffs. We got swept by those guys. Tampa Bay, Carolina, Saints, and Panthers. Pathetic. But here we are. So if we can't beat the Jets tomorrow anyway, we really don't deserve to be in the playoffs. And right now it's like you know you're doing bad, and when you start breaking it down, you go, well, we shouldn't beat this team. Well, we should beat that team. We're better than this team. And you look at your own record and you go, man, we lost 5 or 6. We are the bad team now. We're the team that should not be the one, you know, ahead because we've lost so many. But watching this highlights, it's what's on NFL Network right now. It's Cowboys Titans game from last week. That'd be funny if, speaking of the NFC South, I'm seeing the Panthers against the Buccaneers. It'd be funny if the Bucs lost and the Panthers continued to challenge. I think if the Bucs lose, then they will be below 500. No, they still have 2 chances to get over 500. But no, if they lose, they won't. So, oh man, look at all these people in here. At Arc, Tabitha, good morning. Happy New Year. Yep, in advance, Happy New Year. Happy New Year's Eve. Post Baloney. That's funny. Post Baloney. Cruels 15. What's up? But like I said, Post Baloney, we theoretically could still win or get in if the Seahawks go 1-1. Deborah, what's happening? Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to you. Raw 94, that was a bizarre dream. All right. Cave of Zones, what's up? Funny, weird stuff. Graffinity, like the longest yard. I never even saw the longest yard. I think I saw the original longest yard, you know, with was it Burt Reynolds a long time ago, but I never watched the new one. Cuban Raider. I love football dreams. I don't usually have football dreams. I've never thought about it. Cuban Raider, as a Raider fan, I assume you are. With bizarre stuff going on there with Derek Carr. Evan Burke, LOL, maybe you got, I think he wants to say, he says, oh, Incepted, like Inception. Yeah, right. Guys ever see that movie? That was a confusing ass movie. I remember Inception was like The Matrix, except like 3 degrees deeper. Matrix was just like one level. Here's reality, here's the dream. And then Inception went reality, dream, within a dream, within a dream. Freaking confusing. A person, top of the morning, Daria. Sue Edwards. I dreamt last night my middle lad, Oliver, got eaten by a polar bear, but he's an Eagles fan and we need a good win. Yikes. That's scary. I have a dream about your kid being eaten. Ooh. Catan. We lost out to the NFC South. Yeah, I just talked about that. Raw 94. We just have a good defense. Yeah, I'm interested to see how Sauce Gardner does against us. We got the 2 best rookie corners going against each other's teams. That'll be fun to watch. Quarterback situation, Jets got White back, so they don't have the nightmare. It's unfortunate they didn't have Wilson, their Wilson. So it's not a bad year to be a Wilson quarterback this year, apparently. Would like to have seen that Wilson go against us. Instead, we're getting the better of them. Oh, is it Kennedy or Kennedy Moreno? Niner gang. Oh, bro. It's been GGG. Love your dedication to your team. Well, you guys finally got the sweep on us. Took a while. We've kind of owned you guys for like the last 8 years. But it was bound to happen. The 49ers are definitely in that sort of got to get it done this year. Because you guys got that sort of magical combination of great defense and running game and talent. And reminds me a lot of the, 2013, 14 Seahawks, where we had this great combination of pieces. You can hold that together so long. So good luck. MJ Daniel, Hawks have some good players to build on and some really good draft pick coming up. I think they have exceeded expectations for this year. Oh, for sure. When we were only expected to win like 3 games or So had us winning less than that. Others maybe 5 games. I said 8 and 9. Strangely, my prediction may become pretty damn accurate. It could very well finish with exactly what I predicted. Not the way I thought it would go. We started out very different with a lot of the games, and then a lot of games I thought we would win, we lost. I thought a lot of the games that we lost, we would win. So it kind of flip flopped a lot of the games I thought was going to go, and then the ending has kind of been what I thought. The Chiefs game, the but then I thought we were gonna, and I thought I had us losing to the Bucks, but then I thought we'd beat the Panthers, didn't beat the Panthers. But I did have us in the last 2 games. I should post the last video clips of just that music video. I had us winning this game, but losing to the Rams. Eesh, that would be sad if that was the case. It'd almost be like my video became the way the tone of it. I thought I was starting out right, and I thought, wow, I might be way off on this. And then, and all said and done, we may end up exactly where I thought the whole tone of it was going to be, with the same record and everything. Weird. Where am I? I'm trying to catch up on all the comments. And by the way, so Janity, thanks again for the super chat, even though you're a 49er fan. My man. Lou Allen, Garrett Wilson is a monster for a rook, though. I guess just had a rough start. Sometimes it's too much pressure on these guys to perform right off the bat. Sometimes they need some time to acclimate. MJ Daniel, Hawks have some good players. Oh, I already said that part. Josh McDaniels is a loon. Yeah, it's been a weird thing going on in the Raiders. It was odd is all these teams that have been struggling at the end are the teams that beat us. Raiders, the NFC South, all these non-playoff teams, with the exception of a few, are the ones who are beating us down. CO, good morning, NorbCam. My mom bought me Russell Wilson Seahawks jersey for Christmas. I said, you don't play for Seahawks anymore. She knows, but she thought she bought it anyway. Hope Seahawks win tomorrow. That's pretty funny. Probably at a discount clearance sale, I'm guessing. Right now, Russell Wilson's stock is an all-time low. But just think, what if he bounces back next year and does amazing with a new coach and stuff? Suddenly he could be like the comeback player of the year after one bad year. Uma pilot girl Uma, I'll be at the Jets and Rams games since they're both at Lumen. Sweet. I should try to do like a meetup. Just post somewhere like, hey, I'm going to be hanging out at this place from this time to this time and just see who shows up. It's at Touchdown City or something. I have to think about that, because usually I end up going to the club, hanging up there, and then going to my seat. So I'm, not usually out and about. I have to make exception to that. What do you guys think? Would you come? Yeah, I built it. Would you come? Tim Devern agrees with MJ. Chad, what do you think about Monday night game, Bengals versus Bills? That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good game. Bills, I think they're still battling. Yeah, they're still battling out. They got something to play for. Money God X, what's up? Raw 94. I'd rather see the Seahawks in the playoffs than the Commanders, though. Well, yeah. I'm sure the NFL would love to see the Packers sneak in, too, though. That would be a story. Look at Packers and we're done. And then all of a sudden they come roaring back like zombies from the dead. Post Malone, the Seahawks have good players. They're just young and learning. Mike, never count Seattle out. The Seahawks have talent always next year, right? Lou Allen, can you imagine if Jamal Adams was in this game? Oh, Jamal Adams, we missed him this year, man. With all the running problems we've been having. And the other thing, too, I'm excited about Jamal Adams coming back next year, assuming he's healthy. He was money against the run game. And now that we got really good secondary around him, I mean, he could really flourish if he could be put in that run-stopping mode, do what he does best. The Hawaiian Hammer. How's it, big bro? Are you partying tonight? Actually, it's probably going to be a pretty quiet night for me. My parents are coming over. My wife's got to work. My kids are going to a neighbor's New Year's Eve party. We're going to probably just watch some stuff here and everything. And then, I don't think it'd be that late of a night. Weird. I haven't even thought about New Year's. Like, some previous years were a big countdown and big old bash. And sometimes during a certain time, about 10 years ago, every year I'd be playing a New Year's Eve bash with my band. We played like Seattle Center where they, launched the fireworks, and, there was always at least a New Year's Eve party somewhere. But more low key this time. Oh, sorry, not Garris Wilson, the wide receiver. My bad. You're right. Confusion about the names. So I guess there's a Wilson who's playing decently. Can you imagine if tomorrow, I just got to that one. Money got X. I'm watching college playoffs today. What about you? I actually recorded the Husky game, which I already know the result of, but in the Alamo Bowl from yesterday. And my dad hasn't watched it yet, so we might actually watch it today. We might maybe watch that, and maybe watch Top Gun, because I've seen it, but my parents haven't seen it yet. That might be our little agenda today. Mike, don't forget about them Cowboys. Yeah, we know the Cowboys are in. Cody Tozier. How did you have a dream about the Jets game? Just rewind and you can read the details of my crazy dream. Lou, feel bad about Jamal. He had this circled. Yeah. Janity with another super chat. You seem sad we finally swept you guys. I feel this year we get 6. We'll see, man. You guys do have one of the better teams. You guys are on a hot streak right now. What won like 8 straight or something? It's crazy. And now that you're playing the Raiders, we're shutting it down. This should be another win for you guys. But without a franchise quarterback, I don't know. We'll see. It's been done before. Chad, you like the Bengals? Can they go back? I think if they get hot, they could. They haven't been. But then again, even the year that they went to the Super Bowl, man, it was like Burrow had all those sacks. I mean, I don't know how the hell they got past Kansas City. It is almost like Kansas City. That people were saying, "Oh man, it's fixed. The fix is in." Because how can Patrick Mahomes score like 2 touchdowns in like a minute and then go through the entire second half and not score any till to the end? Weird. Adam Walker, it would be hilarious if Gino takes us to the big dance after all this. People would lose more than sleep. Keep the big dream alive. Hey, it starts with one. We have been on a bad slide and almost lost 6 in a row if we didn't beat the Rams in that final comeback game. So we are like hanging on by a thread right now. So to get even 1 win right now would be huge. To get 2, we haven't seen 2 in a row for over a month and a half. So what we're trying to do here is pretty challenging. But I'll be cheering, and I'll know what color team we are tomorrow. Mike says Bengals are that spoiler team. No one expects it, but they hot. Yeah, they are kind of flying under the radar. Zero flicks. Oh, zero F's given. As much as I love you, Norb, we need that 7 spot Packer fan. Hey, we're all chewing on those. We all have our reasons to want to get one. Seattle probably has the best of the teams that are kind of battling for it. Maybe the Commanders too, but have that promise of next year. Packers, I feel like, with like Aaron Rodgers, you feel like, man, how many more years we got left with this guy? He's still only won 1 after all these years. But, the Crow family, me and my family love watching your reactions to games. Thank you. Keep watching. Remember, even a loss is a win for the draft. There's always that way to look at it. And the Broncos continue to implode. Christopher, Super Bowl team's prediction. Too easy to say, but it feels like it's Eagles against either Chiefs or Bills. I feel like the Chiefs are going to do it this year. Actually, no, I don't know. They don't look as good. They've had moments where they've really stumbled. Maybe it's Bills. Eagles, Bills. I think Eagles, Bills. 0 F's give. Would you accept Russ back from Denver? That's funny. Somebody else asked me that too. Maybe it was my friend Pat brought that up. I thought, who would want him back? But if it happened, you know, like salary completely gone, would Seattle want Russell Wilson back if he could be had at a very low price, almost like a backup, you know? So first reaction was, hell no. But then, yeah, I don't know. He's doing the same stuff that he did in the last couple of years when I was frustrated with him here in Seattle.